She put out a video, but it's not really a video. It's a black screen with just audio. So this is a podcast. It's a podcast, Chantel. Let's discuss it, shall we?
Hi guys, so I'm sure most of you have been waiting for this. I apologize in advance for the quality of this video because
It's not a video. There's nothing to see here. This is a podcast, okay? It's a very emotionally manipulative podcast to your user base. And we'll talk about that in a second. Oh gosh, Piggy already has something up.
I don't really have the energy to edit, even put pictures up for you. I can't. So
I can't.
It's not going to be edited, so there's going to be a lot of pauses and stuff like that. While I'm alive, barely. I don't know what's wrong with.
Barely. I'm barely alive, but I still haven't seen a doctor. Right? Right, Chantel? I'm barely alive, but I still haven't seen a doctor. Okay.
Me. I think it was, the 19th, maybe around noon. I started feeling really dizzy and nauseous, and like I just want to sleep. So I went to bed.
So if you're doing the math on this, the 19th around noon, Kuwaiti time. So that would have been Saturday. Very early in the morning for Americans. But still, like, we don't even know when the camel footage was actually taken, because she likes to play with her timeline. So we don't know when this actually happened, right?
And it just kind of went downhill from there. I had chills, fever. I don't know if you guys have ever had a fever dream. Oh my gosh, they're so weird.
I swear to God, one of the other channels was talking about fever dreams like recently. So, she's still watching us. You guys, she's still watching us.
So those were fun.
I want to say it was Sin and Sass. Mr. Sin, I think it was him talking about a fever dream.
I would wake up drenched in sweat. That's still happening. Waking up drenched in sweat. I haven't eaten like anything since the 19th, except for I tried having like water, and then I tried having water with salt, sea salt and lemon, and that's just too gross.
Yeah, seriously, why? Why would you even want to have water with sea salt and lemon? If you're trying to hydrate yourself, just drink straight up water, for fuck's sake. Oh my God.
And I know I'll throw it up, so I only threw up once, but the nausea's bad.
But she only threw up once.
I had a few berries pretty good, but I don't have really much of an appetite. But I'm gonna try, for energy's sake, to have something healthy, just even a few bites, because I want to try to get the energy to go see a doctor.
Luke, take my mask off so I can look upon you with my own eyes.
So, I'll have to keep you guys updated on what happens at the doctor. So, I think this has been the most sick I've ever been in my life, honestly. I don't know.
Dude, you were sick enough to have a hysterectomy. This is not the sickest you've been in your life. Give me a break.
How to explain it? Just like headache, dizzy, the nausea, the chills, the fever. Being thirsty. I know, it's coincidentally, I get sick right after I go see the camel again, and it spits in my face. I don't.
And you literally had bottled water with you and did not wash out your eye immediately after that happened. You're just like, oh, guys, spit all over me. Let me you put it all over the rest of my face. Oh, and it got on my clothes and shit too. Okay, Chantel.
I don't know if it's related to that. It could be, but usually with camels, it's you're at risk of getting Middle Eastern respiratory syndrome or MERS. It's a form of COVID which attacks your respiratory system, and mine is okay. I mean, I'm heavy breathing a little bit now because I spend most.
How do you know? How do you know if your respiratory is okay if you've not actually gone to a doctor? You haven't seen a doctor. You're like Darth Vader on your fucking video trying to freak out your audience and saying, but I just don't have the energy to go see a doctor. But you're also like, oh, but I know this, this, and this about my condition. How? How is that fucking possible, Chantel? You haven't talked to any medical professionals.
Most of my time in bed, laying down with my CPAP, and yeah, like 24/7. I have sores inside my nose that are really painful. I don't know where they come from. I don't know if it's from the CPAP or what, but I've had to just, try my best to just rest. I've just been sleeping, honestly. I didn't even have the energy to answer people, like family and stuff like that. I answered. I did answer them eventually, but like for the first few days, the first couple of days, I was like out. So if you messaged me and you didn't get.
Okay, so she's having some sort of I need to be away from people thing going on. And she's decided to do a ridiculously emotionally manipulative podcast in which she tells everybody she's so sick And the only indication of it is her going, there's no signs of congestion or anything else that would indicate that she's actually sick, right? This is somebody trying to come up with excuses for her behavior once again.
A response, it's nothing personal, just, not well. So I don't even have the energy to talk and explain to everybody. So that's why I'm doing this video. I don't know when I'll be all right. I don't know if I'll have to go into the hospital.
Her voice doesn't even sound changed. Her voice doesn't even sound changed.
I hope not, but I have a feeling that I'll need to probably get on some fluids or something.
So it's another drug run at the ER? Is that what we're doing here? Oh, I need to get on an IV and I need some painkillers. Is that what's happening here?
I've just been in bed praying, like praying and praying and praying until I fall asleep.
Okay, Chantel, the G is silent. It's not praying. It's praying. 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 All right, hold up. My computer's doing weird shit. I'm trying to get it started back up. Okay, here we go.
And, asking for mercy and help to feel better. And promising to take care of my health and ask for forgiveness for damaging my health the way I have. Taking it for granted, like a joke. I don't care if I have an eating disorder or food addiction or whatever the part of my language, the fuck it is. It's something I have to take control of.
Well, that should be unrelated to what you've recently caught here and that you're suffering here with. I mean, that's a comorbidity, right? That you have compounding issues because you're not taking care of any of them, right? You're not taking care of any of your goddamn issues. And so that's why you're supposedly so sick that you're bedbound again. I don't know what happened last week that you felt like you needed this arc. Maybe it was the camel footage. Maybe it was the fact that everybody realized that you fake fell on the stairs. I have no idea what put you in a position where you felt like you needed to regroup and create another health issue, but that's where we are now, you guys.
I hate when people are like, it's not your fault. You don't have control over this. Like, I mean, people like in some programs and some beliefs about how to tackle binge eating, that you're powerless over it.
No, you absolutely have control over what you consume. You have control over contacting the doctors and making appointments. You have control over making decisions about hanging out with camels. You have control over hanging out in a pool that has black mold. You literally have control over all of this. And yet you're like, I don't know. It looks like gray paint to me.
What if that's been my problem the whole time? Is thinking I'm powerless. So I'm gonna start trying to eat healthy, small amounts, maybe some soup, something like this, vegetable soup, I don't know. And I have to talk to the doctor about all that stuff because
Okay, generally, when you have a flu that sends you into a fever that breaks, then you're, sweating, and then you're trying to recover from it, and maybe you've had some nausea and other things going on. You generally start with like some saltine crackers, maybe some light broth like that. But I swear to God, if she comes out with a mukbang tomorrow, we all gotta fucking roast her ass.
yeah, I just want to make sure I'm eating the right things. And I think I'll go see a different doctor this time.
Why?
For another opinion. You know, so.
You weren't even listening to the opinion of the first goddamn doctor, Chantel. How is that gonna make it any different for you? You literally got the advice you needed to handle your health and decided to throw it aside and just do whatever the fuck you wanted to do. So, how is a new doctor going to change that for you?
But at least I have a bit of appetite back, which is kind of a good sign, but I'm still so lethargic and tired. And I just want to be curled up in bed. One minute I'm hot, one minute I'm cold. But I gotta go out, I know it. But I need a bit of strength, so I'm gonna try to, like I said, get something super healthy. There's a lot of healthy food.
Doesn't this sound a lot like one of my recent live streams where I talked about how I've been forcing myself to eat because I've been having a hard time with throwing up? Pretty amazing. What a kawinky dink.
Services here that make really clean, healthy, diabetic friendly food. So I'll just maybe have something enough to get some strength, and then Salah will take me to the doctor.
He should be taking you now.
I'm sorry I'm talking like this. It must be annoying to listen to, but this is all I can give you right now, honestly. I'm so depleted.
Are you though?
I weighed myself 2 days ago.
Oh, we gotta get a weigh in, right? She's so sick that she needs to include her weigh in numbers right now. Mm-hmm.
And I was like 152 kg.
I don't believe you, baby.
But I'm not saying that as like a victory. I'm just telling you in relation to, the weight loss and being sick. It's not in a healthy way, so there's nothing to celebrate. Anyway, that's an update for you. I'm sorry that I worried so many people. I can imagine how worried some people were because, my health is not good. So, yeah, it coincidentally happened right after the camel incident. So, the last time I got sick right after the camel, it was more of a flu, like respiratory thing. So,
So why not go back?
Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in, and I'll keep you guys updated as often as I can.
Nope. 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 We'll look at Piggy's video here in a second, but I gotta sit.
Every lunch for the past 2 months,
I gotta sit for a minute because standing is very difficult for me. Walking is very difficult for me. Stairs are very difficult for me. And that's why she likes to steal my symptoms. Okay. Set that down here because I don't need that right now. Gonna go have a cigarette and a rest, and then we'll watch Piggy. It's amazing that I don't know, for me, as somebody who has been emotionally manipulated by a lot of people, mostly men, I look at this and I'm just like, are you for real? You expect me to believe this bullshit? You've supposedly been this sick since Saturday. Today is Wednesday, bitch. You're a grown-ass woman. Why haven't you been to the doctor yet? Like, for real? I'm not getting it. I don't get it. And it's been very loud in my neighborhood today, you guys. Very loud. This is quite amazing that she thinks that she could just put this up. I did read the comments on that video, and they're like, go to the hospital right now. Like, a lot of them. You need to go back to Canada. Well, if she is as sick as she claims to be, she can't get on a flight right now. She can't go back to Canada right now if she's as sick as she claims to be. Right? So her only option is a Kuwaiti hospital, which I imagine she's been putting off because she either doesn't have health care, or she has a plan that is so deficient that she's afraid that they will not be able to pay the bills on admitting her to ER, the ambulance ride, the being admitted into the hospital, being put on the IV for rehydration, because that's what she said. She said, I think it's rehydration. She was drinking water, according to her, while she was in the desert. So is she only like drinking a couple sips out of that fucking bottle? I would have thought they'd have like a fucking pack of water in that explosive vehicle that they have to be able to replenish, right? Because you're going out to the desert, so why would you not stock appropriately for hydration, right? But then on top of it, she didn't even wash her eye out. So was she already out of water? at that point that she couldn't actually wash her eye out when the camel spit in her eye, and another one regurgitated on her. They don't like her. That's why they keep giving her these signs of aggression, and she's like, "Oh, hi, 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 hi." Do you have nothing else to say to animals than hi? Are you for real? That's all you got? That's all you got for animals. Hi. Hi. So, I don't know. If she's really sick, then I hope she gets better. I hope she feels well soon. But I feel like this was super manipulative. And that if she was as sick as she's claiming, she wouldn't have made it. She would have contacted a close family member to make a statement for her. Like Salah or even Pete's or Shmi. Probably Salah just for like the political reasons of like who's making statements for her, you know? But that would have been the right move, is to actually have Salah say, Chantel's been down with what we think is like a flu or something, and we're monitoring the situation, and we'll keep you posted, but she's not going to be able to like produce content for a few days, right? That's Salah, take some fucking notes. That's what you do. She's under the weather, and she's not going to be able to produce content for a little while. Why are you letting her produce like content like this that is so fucking manipulative? Oh my god. I'm trying to rest my legs here for a hot minute, you guys. Just for a hot minute. This is amazing that she did this. This was like some prime work, Chantal. Um, if you were really that sick, then go to the fucking hospital. If not, then don't fucking make emotionally manipulative bullshit for your audience. You know? Hangry Sloth. Just catching up. I think we could see this coming a mile off when she fake fell up the stairs while smirking. Dude, I had a lot of people challenge me when I said that was a fake fall. And I'm like, look, my legs collapse under me all the time. I got bruises all up and down my legs from the times that my legs have collapsed under me. And that woman had her leg firmly on the step and her hand on the banister, anchoring herself when she thrusted herself forward. She's full of shit. Narcissistic, manipulative behavior to desperately claw viewers and attention. Absolutely, Hangry Sloth. For real. For sure. I don't believe the camel spit either. I didn't see any movement from the camel's mouth. Just my opinion, though. Actually, I do think he did it. Because I did see him kind of doing that. I don't think it was like a full regurgitation. I think it was just a spit, right? But I think the reason it's not caught in the video is because she throws so many filters on her video that it got filtered out. But it's so funny, Hangry Sloth. Just a couple days before that, somebody in her chat mentioned conjunctivitis and she was unable to pronounce it. Like she was reading the chat, right? She couldn't pronounce it. And so I think it was like yesterday or maybe 2 days ago, I said, I bet you could pronounce it now. Right? That's interesting. I watch on an iPad, so I'm happy to be told I'm wrong. I don't see as well as folks watching on. Well, I'm watching on a Galaxy. I have like the cheapest little fucking device ever. But his his motions were not. It's not like he went right. Like he didn't stick his head out and do that. But I don't think camels have to. Like they got it down. They got it down, right? But he was do she actually was a she camel, right? She was doing, and she was getting up in her face, and there was some aggressive behavior by that camel before it happened. And Chantel was like, I think he's sniffing me, right? No, he was trying to posture himself. He was posturing. She she was posturing, right? It was a she camel. And then when they discovered it was a she camel, she's like, "Oh yeah, it has boobs." They all have you have to look at the genitalia. Give me a break. Okay, this is not staying lit anyway, so let's go to Piggy's. Let's take a look at Piggy's stuff, shall we? Because this just came out pretty recently, so like everybody's trying to react to it as quickly as possible because what else you gotta do? I mean, I got the Survivor finale tonight. I think it may have been you who mentioned that she stares at the animal's eyes, or maybe another streamer, but that's just asking for trouble. I don't think it was me. I might have mentioned that she does not approach them correctly, right? That she doesn't let them sniff her, she invades their space right away, and she just starts hugging on them and shit. And you simply cannot do that, especially with a large animal. Could you imagine sending her up to Yosemite and having her face like elk and moose and like grizzly bears and shit? It's like, oh, it's so cute as a bear. There's so many videos online that you can look up about like people who thought they were grizzly whisperers that got mauled to death. Okay, there's
Been adding Huel instant milk cups.
there's an ad I gotta skip
It's
through.
as easy as instant ramen, but
Okay.
Hi. I apologize in advance for the quality of this video because I don't really have the energy to edit, even put pictures up for you. I can't. While I'm alive, barely.
I'm alive
Got a lot of
barely, you
fun.
guys.
I think it was, yeah, the 19th, maybe around noon. Started feeling really dizzy and nauseous. And like I just want to sleep. So I went to bed.
There's a lot eye fucking himself throughout the video. He's the worst, dudes. Oh my god, Chantel, stop putting your pervert on these fucking videos.
And it just kind of went downhill from there. I had chills, fever. I don't know if you guys have ever had a fever dream. Oh my gosh, they're so weird. So those were fun. I would wake up drenched in sweat. I haven't eaten like anything since the 19th, except for I tried having like water, and then I tried having water with salt, sea salt, and lemon, and that's just too gross. And I know I'll throw it up, so I only threw up once, but the nausea's bad. I have really much of an appetite, but I'm gonna try, for energy's sake, to have something healthy, just even a few bites, because I want to try to get the energy to go see a doctor. I'll have to keep you guys updated on what happens at the doctor. So I think this has been the most sick I've ever been in my life, honestly.
Okay, look at how aggressively that camel was like right up in her face. That's not neighborly behavior, if you will. She the she is invading their personal space and they don't like it one bit.
I don't know how to explain it, just like headache, dizzy.
It's what she deserves.
The nausea, the chills, the fever. Coincidentally, I get sick right after I go see the camel again, and it spits in my face. I don't know if it's related to that, it could be, but usually with camels, it's you're at risk of getting Middle Eastern Respiratory syndrome, or MERS. It's a form of COVID, which attacks your respiratory system, and mine is okay. I mean, I'm heavy breathing a little bit now because I spent.
So, Haggery Sloth, did you see it? The camel was like had that look of chewing cud right before the spit.
I spend most of my time in bed, laying down with my CPAP, and yeah, like 24/7. I have sores inside my nose that are really painful. I don't know where they come from. I don't know if it's from the CPAP or what, but I've had to like just, try my best to just rest. I've just been sleeping, honestly. I didn't.
Okay, I'm not doing this whole thing. It's too long. I can't. We already did it. But Piggy Scott obviously has a reaction up as well. But so Haggery Sloth, in regards to your thing about like looking at animals in the eyes, I might have said that in a different context. Because they've been doing so much landscaping, you guys. Please wrap it up for the day. Take your trucks out. All right. So, when I was attacked by a bulldog while I was walking blocks, after it happened, all of my canvassers started giving me advice. And I'm like, well, it's too little, too late. I'm like, it's already happened now, right? I've already experienced the injury, but that's good to know for future knowledge. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to walk again. I'm not going to be able to walk blocks for any campaigns. Like, that's not going to happen, right? But the advice I started getting immediately after I got attacked was that I should have been walking backwards and maintaining eye contact the entire time and using my clipboards as like a shield. That's what I was told. So I don't know how long you've been watching me and if maybe you saw me talk about that particular experience, but in regards to camels and fucking elk and moose and grizzly bears and shit, black bears. Black bears and grizzly bears you have to treat differently, by the way. So, black bears, uh, black bears can climb trees. Their paws, claws, whatever, are designed to be able to climb trees. Um, and they also will still fuck with you if you play dead. Grizzly bears, you have to play dead. But even still, you probably have like your guts eaten out of you. I'm just being real. Like, I've read so many fucking horror stories at this point. Death in Yellowstone, death in Yosemite. Like, there's no bear attacks in Yosemite, but there are a ton in Yellowstone. Okay, what do you got? Agoraphoria lie didn't work. The vague illness pity party didn't have any effect. So she's gone full MERS arc. I'll tell you, I have a friend who had MERS. She was in the hospital for like a week. It was no joke. It was no, I got a live stream from my audience and let them know how sick I am. It wasn't like that. It was like she was done, dude. She had to be on like fucking oxygen and shit. That's a possibility, definitely. That's scary. I'm glad that the UK doesn't have bears. Many big predators. I literally, you know what's funny about, speaking of the UK, I've been getting a lot of things in my feed lately, Hungry Sloth, about like hiking disasters, cave disasters, diving disasters, you know, shit like that. Because Girl World has been so slow, right? And one of the videos that popped up in my feed was climbing the highest mountain in the UK. Didn't they fucking make a movie about that? Didn't they make a fucking movie about that? About like this one hill that they wanted to be declared a mountain, and it was like the only mountain in the UK. Like, what the fuck, even? I don't even know what's going on with that. Yeah, you don't, but you've got eels, right? You don't have bears, but you got eels. I know, because Gordon Ramsay wants to bring them back to the dinner table. Just saying. And pigeons. He wants to bring the eels and the pigeons back to the dinner table because these were traditional UK dishes. I used to watch Hell's Kitchen all the time. Eels are here, right? Okay. Do you also have leeches or just eels? Yeah. I befriend the pigeons. I feel sad for them. I get mourning doves on my balcony every day. And they're technically pigeons, but they're just white. They don't have like the gray coloring about them, but they're kind of like a just more like a white color, and they're mourning doves, like mourning, like I'm sad, not like it's morning. Not like you only see them in the morning. No, it's like I'm very sad bird, so sad. I'm a morning dove. I usually only see them in the morning though, being real. All right, you guys, I think I have effectively covered Chantel's ridiculous fucking health update. So, unless she goes to an actual doctor, this was just some emotional, manipulative bullshit. And if she gets on a plane, tomorrow is the full moon, you guys. And she just got paid yesterday or today or something, right? From YouTube. If that bitch gets on a plane and goes to Canada, then you know this shit was fake. All right. I'm going to close it out here. You can watch it on the replay. And what a hilarious return to her channel. You too, Hangry Sloth. Have a good evening. And check out Survivor finale tonight. It's happening tonight. We're going to see what's happening tonight at Survivor finale. That's what I'm doing tonight. Okay, take care.